Alright guys, now today there's no wind and it's a whole lot hotter. And I didn't know there was a time change, so I'm like an hour behind here. Anyway, here's the big issue, or the big project today is cutting this cross member out of the way. This is the old factory cross member. Now the instructions say use supply template, right? I can't find no template. I know in the other kit I had, it did have templates included in the instruction book, but nothing on this one. So I just had to look at the picture they show and it looks something like that. Yeah, so this is the old cross member. You cut the ends off, right? And this is the new cross member, and this bolts into the old mounting holes. So that's the easy part, I think. On this side, on the differential side, you're gonna have to trim, and it says use the template. Trim. How much do I trim off that one? You know, for the pumpkin to fit in here. I don't know. And that pumpkin's about, what, 45 pounds maybe more with the axles. So I know I can fit it up there, or I'm gonna have to wing it somehow. I'm gonna have to figure this out. Keep referring to the pictures, see if I can figure them out. I'm gonna check the fit on this right now, and then we'll see about doing some more cutting. It's a bear cutting on underneath there on your back, but what am I gonna do, right? Well, guys, I didn't know it was a time change today. It's already going on 5:30, and I'm starting to get it back together. Got the new cross member, the diffs in. Got the control arm back in. That rear cross member is a pain in the ass. Cutting it, you know. Got to pretty much lay on your back here with the sawzall and cut it out. And then I didn't have the template. And then the diff is a tight fit on the other side. And I didn't have a template for that either. So I had to do a lot of thinking. And it's not one of those things you can just pick up and put in there and see if it fits, you know. It was a bear. But it's pretty much a tight fit right there, see? I had to trim the diff, and then I had to trim like a notch in this cross member right here, the factory cross member. And then to get that in there and then get them bolts, there's a bracket right there. There's actually 4 bolts. There's 2 and there's 2 more. Tighten those up. I was like, oh man, those are a pain in the ass. Yeah, so got those in, but everything lined up. And I'm, yes, good for one shot, you know. This is the diff breather. This is a joke. I mean, is this it? It's got to go higher than that, right? So we're going to have to put a hose on that and bring it all the way up to the top, somewhere there in the engine compartment. Maybe put a little filter on it or something. Put like a little lawnmower fuel filter on it or something. I got a bunch of connections to reconnect and see if I can remember where they go. But this is where I'm at. I'm pretty burned out on this, man. Took me forever to get that cross member cut and to notch it. I was tempted to get the plasma cutter out, but I don't think so. I don't want to burn up my truck or damage any of the electronics, you know, the fancy electronics in these trucks by using an electric plasma cutter. So we notched it. Yeah. Went through a few blades. Went through a few tools, right? I even had to grind some material off that differential. So now I'm prepping the struts, okay? So these are the factory struts. Here's my fancy spring compressor. and from Myers Tire Supply. Yeah, and then these are the strut spacers, okay? I didn't get nothing fancy with this kit, you know, it was like $1,000. I can upgrade the struts and shocks later. For right now, we're just gonna use the factory. These aren't bad. These aren't bad. I was impressed taking this truck off-road. They're just right. We'll see what's going on. I'm ready for a cold one, but I didn't pick any up this morning because I said, nah, it's Sunday. Take it easy, right? But now I'm ready for one. For some reason, you don't have to take these apart, these struts, but you do have to rotate this top piece 180 degrees. That's why I got it on the spring compressor. I'll try that. See if I can figure out how to use a spring compressor, right? It looks okay. Looks about right. All right. Yeah, they tell you to just the driver's side, I think. Yeah, driver's side only. All right, guys, it's like 6 o'clock, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Got the struts mounted on top, ready to bolt them onto the lower control arms, like this one right here. Yeah, the bolts went through and everything, but because they add a spacer down here, see? There's like a 1/2-inch spacer you got to put under these. It's a 1/2 inch. Now these studs are too short. So you got to put bolts. They supply the bolts, but nothing in the instructions say you have to pop these out. I'm like, oh man, I got to take them back off again. Rotten bastards. Yeah, I went to put the nuts on there. I go, hey, there's hardly any thread showing. So on this one, yeah, I didn't get around to this one. We'll pop this one off and see if I can bang those out or something before it gets dark. I'm getting tired. I had to run to the store to get a few cold ones. Yeah, so there's a strut spacer installed. It's not tightened up at the top. You got 3 more bolts up there, but this is mounted up. Interesting, kind of like the BDS. Yeah, they all got a little angle to them to move them back, I assume. But yeah, so far everything's working out good. It's just there's a few technical difficulties. Yeah, like popping these out. Get out the big hammer, start swinging before it gets dark. I guess we're just gonna leave all the tools out here tonight because I don't feel like putting nothing away. I gotta work tomorrow and yeah, and then come back and finish it up here. Gotta swap out all the parts on the old steering knuckle to the new steering knuckle still, and hopefully complete the front end pretty soon, and then start on the back. Yeah. And I also want to see if the factory wheels are going to fit with this kit. Yeah, that has like a 6-inch back spacing. We'll see. Other than that, oh, good night, folks.